Who is responsible for Taiwan's defense?
Part 114.
Neely vs. Henkel, 1901.
With reference to the Supreme Court case of Neely vs. Henkel, 1901, the justices determined that the language employed in Article 1 of the peace treaty did in fact impress Spain's relinquishment of Cuba with a trust. In more technical legal phraseology, this means that there was the automatic creation of a fiduciary relationship.
A good summary of this Supreme Court case was given in Piercy v. Stranahan, 1907. Relevant excerpts are as follows.
In Neely vs. Henkel, January 14, 1901, the question was whether Cuba was a foreign country or foreign territory within the Act of Congress of June 6, 1900, providing for the extradition from the United States of persons committing crimes within any foreign country or foreign territory or any part thereof, occupied or under the control of the United States. And it was held that Cuba was within this description. Mr. Justice Harlan, delivering the opinion of the court, said,
The facts detailed above make it clear that, within the meaning of the Act of June 6, 1900, Cuba is foreign territory. It cannot be regarded, in any constitutional, legal, or international sense, a part of the territory of the United States.
While by the Act of April 25, 1898, declaring war between this country and Spain, the President was directed and empowered to use our entire land and naval forces, as well as the militia of the several states to such extent as was necessary, to carry such act into effect, that authorization was not for the purpose of making Cuba an integral part of the United States, but only for the purpose of compelling the relinquishment by Spain of its authority and government in that island, and the withdrawal of its forces from Cuba and Cuban waters.
Cuba is nonetheless foreign territory, within the meaning of the Act of Congress, because it is under a military governor appointed by and representing the President in the work of assisting the inhabitants of that island to establish a government of their own, under which, as a free and independent people, they may control their own affairs without interference by other nations. The occupancy of the island by troops of the United States was the necessary result of the war. That result could not have been avoided by the United States consistently with the principles of international law or with its obligations to the people of Cuba.
It is true that, as between Spain and the United States, indeed, as between the United States and all foreign nations, Cuba, upon the cessation of hostilities with Spain, and after the Treaty of Paris, was to be treated as if it were conquered territory. But, as between the United States and Cuba, that island is territory held in trust for the inhabitants of Cuba, to whom it rightfully belongs, and to whose exclusive control it will be surrendered, when a stable government shall have been established by their voluntary action.
You